What's going on, everybody? How's it hanging? How's it happening? You guys know what it is. This is Kevin from the Chord Progression Podcast. Parts of the City Rocks or Rock and Metal Thrive. Wish you another beautiful March day. Well, hopefully it's a beautiful March day here in 2021. And yes, it is happening. We have another great guest for you today. And, well, I'll preface it with this. I got their music sent to me from their lead singer on Facebook. After listening, I was like, how the hell is this not an Octane? And we made this happen. But that's not the best part of it. This episode itself gives a Modern Day Escapes episode a run for its money for the funniest freaking episode ever. Do we go over the music on their song Nothing? Yes, we do. However, it's still just funny as all hell. I mean, this might be the funniest intro stories of all time on the Chord Progression Podcast. So please welcome the band Waking Tera to the show. Are you guys ready? Because this one is absolutely bonkers. Enough waiting. Let's go. Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, listeners of the Chord Progression Podcast. Thanks to my, random friends on Facebook and all the music industry, end up getting a message from one of these guys. Got to check out some of their music, and I thought, well, how the hell is their song Nothing not even on Octane right now? It completely belongs on SiriusXM Octane, so I want to make sure you guys get a chance to know the band as well, because you guys got to watch out for this band, especially when concerts resume and touring resumes to its full capacity, because you're going to want to see them live. Please welcome out of, collectively, parts of Eastern North Carolina, please welcome the guys from the band Waking Tera. So, guys, welcome to the Chord Progression Podcast.
Hello. Yeah.
How's everything going out there in your neck of the woods today?
It's good. It was a pretty day.
Yeah,
it's a little chilly.
I'll speak at once, yes.
Yes. That's how you do it.
I got to ask, what's a little chilly, though? Because where you guys are and where I am, little chilly could be two completely different things.
Your little chilly is freezing for us.
We don't see those. We wouldn't go outside. We really wouldn't.
Really, dude.
So we're talking like upper 50s here.
50s?
Yeah, it got down to the 30s at one point.
I was like,
you probably get up to the 30s, right?
Well, I mean, today I went outside, shot around a disc golf because it was a really nice day outside at 45-ish. So I'm like, you know what, this is fine. Just a light jacket on. I mean, there was still snow on the ground everywhere. I ended up losing a shoe during the round because I stepped in some mud, and when I pulled my foot out, my shoe and my sock were gone. So I had to play like half the round barefoot.
It's gangster.
I'm pretty sure if I had to play only a couple more holes, my feet would have easily gotten frostbite. They could have turned into like Adam Sandler's foot for Mr. Deeds, where you couldn't feel anything. It would have probably ended up like that.
Betty.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, very much so. So as we start this out, I always like to start out with this way so that the audience gets to know you guys a little bit more. I like to know you guys a little bit more by asking all four of you 3 different questions. It's all the same questions. First 2, very simple. Last one, that one's my favorite. So I want to know, A, what is your name? B, what do you do in Waking Tera? And 3 is my favorite. I want to know a little fun fact, a little fun story about yourself, but if you can make me laugh and give me the wackiest thing you possibly can think of, I'm all for it. So whoever wants to start, go for it.
Who's first?
I can't. No.
Left or right? No.
That's right.
No.
Yeah.
That's right, man. Left to right. Yep.
I'm right.
No. You know what?
Just do it.
All right, what's the first one?
Zach.
I'm Zach. I play the git fiddle, and I don't know if I want to go into any of these.
Tell them about the banana.
stories.
Don't go.
Oh,
Tell them about the banana. Tell them about the banana.
All right. It's not good banana.
You can say whatever you want. He said, tell him about the banana. Now we can't not
All
tell
right,
him.
so I was reading Men's Health. This is like 6-7 years ago.
There I was.
So,
reading myself.
I was like, all right, cool. So I'm reading this Men's Health article, and it's talking about ways to masturbate without, the normal, the traditional style of doing it. So I was like, okay, cool. Out of curiosity, it was like, take a banana, cut it in half, gut it, get the banana out,
Get the innards out.
and then you microwave for 15 seconds, and then you got your pocket of joy right there.
What they call it in general, a fifi.
A fifi.
A fifi.
Yes. So yeah, I don't know if that's a fun fact about me, but I read that and I tried it.
That's the fun.
And then we talked about it for a good couple of weeks.
But people didn't believe me. I was like, dude, this shit was in Men's Health. I swear to God.
Hey, hold on. Tell us, did it feel good? Was it good?
It's better than
Better?
you would think.
It's better than what?
Like, other than your mind saying, I'm fucking a banana, it's
Yeah, that's not.
You get past the banana, and you're like, it's no different than a.
Loving embrace.
No.
then your own personal loving embrace.
You have a pocket?
No, I have never
You
tried the pocket thing?
I'm a banana guy. So.
You're a banana guy. There you
I'm
go.
a banana.
All right,
guy.
now we got that one. KP,
All
you
right.
better have a better story than that.
I don't have any good stories. That was good.
That was a good one to start out on.
I'm KP. I do vocals, screaming, and Waking Tera. I don't have anything real
Don't.
interesting about me.
Hold on.
Oh, that's not interesting about. That's just an interesting story. There's nothing. Interesting
I really
about
don't have a lot of stories because I'm normally the dad at shows and on tour.
He's the dad in the
So I'm
band.
like, hey, wait,
Hey, stop
drinking. Oh, hey, no, we gotta go.
I'm the stop
So
drinking guy.
I'm the
There's
boy
a
guy,
story.
you know.
There's the story.
You're the one that keeps everyone in line to make sure you guys get from one show to the next and make sure that you guys don't like completely miss out all of a sudden. Oh, you're supposed to be playing this show tonight. And instead, Zach's off there with the banana peel having a good time. You have to be like, whoa,
Right.
come on, man.
And generally speaking, he was, really, really intoxicated. So I have to pull him in. Hey,
Right.
man, no,
See,
stop with the banana. Let's go. We gotta get in the room.
I gotta elaborate on that. This was pre Zach having kids, pre Zach having a girlfriend.
Wow, Zach.
This was Zach like uncontrollable,
Prime
like
Zach.
just drinking and playing music and single, just
Not
doing
giving a
whatever.
fuck.
Yeah, so not now, but that was
then.
old Zach.
Yeah.
So that was Zach like circa like 2014.
Yes,
Damn
Yes.
yes.
Right.
He was a cool dude, but this guy,
Yeah,
this
tour
guy-
and all that stuff. Yeah.
Let's say then. Oh,
shit. Another member.
This
We
guy.
got another member. Hold on.
we got another guy coming in. Oh boy.
Yeah.
See him? There he is.
David.
There he is.
David.
Well, we'll put him on the spot when he gets all situated because I'm gonna have to ask him those 3 questions anyway. So we'll see how that goes. But
That's the start.
I was gonna say if that was if that was the way Zach was back in 2014, I wish I knew your band back then because like I was like a sophomore in college. That just seems like it would have been a fun time hanging out. Maybe not with the banana peel, but like just seeing all this shit go down and kind of being like, hey, I'm liking this shit.
Right.
I'd love being a part of it.
Okay, so I'm Dustin. I play guitar and I do backup vocals in the band. And okay, I think I want to bring up the time Saucy split my head open on stage.
That happened?
Yeah. So
was
we
that-
were opening for Saliva. Yeah, you were in there.
Yeah, okay.
So we were opening for Saliva at my favorite place of all time, Hooligans Pub and Music Hall. It's my
Yeah.
stomping grounds. I played my first show there. We played there back in 2016, and we were playing. I think it was our second song. We were playing Mr. Miles.
Mr. Miles.
And I went down for the headbang. And at the same time, Saucy brought his bass up, and straight corner of the bass to my forehead.
I really don't remember this.
Dude, it was crazy. Like, he looked over, he was like, bro, I'm so sorry. There was blood running down my face. I was like, I'm fine, dude. I'm fine. Yeah,
Oh, you talking about?
yeah, the Saliva show.
I don't remember. You remember
Yeah.
this?
I busted him wide open, dude. Like,
He
busted
did.
his forehead wide open.
Yep.
Dude,
He's like, bro, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he had that shit like all over his eye and stuff. I felt
It's
like,
like, I'm all right, dude. Yeah.
So that's your story. You got busted up.
That's it. What's yours, man?
Hold on. I have 150 stories. So
It's
here's
true.
what I'm gonna do. I'm Chris. I play drums and do some
Drum boy.
back yelling in
He
the track.
hollers.
But I'm going to let these guys pick my story. Zach, KP, what story you want me to tell?
You gotta come up with one.
No, you tell me the story.
What
We don't know
interesting
it.
fact
You
about
can't
you.
just
That's
cop
what we're
out
supposed to be
like
doing.
No, I'm saying, tell me what story. What story should I tell him? Who wants a fun fact about Chris?
It's a cop out.
Make it about you, though.
I mean,
There's been a lot for this
Come on,
guy.
Joe, story, bro.
It's been a lot.
Oh, okay. I got hit by a box truck. He's laughing. He thought it was a joke. I actually got hit by a box truck. Like my body got hit by a box truck. It was
Your
going.
body is
Yeah, well, not me in the car. Yeah, my soul was knocked out. But I got it hit
They
me.
never returned either.
Yeah, it never returned. The dead eyes. So yeah, it was going like 45. I'm not going to talk too much about why I was there. But yeah, dude. Apparently, I punched somebody in the face, ran across the boulevard, got hit by a box truck, and they said I was yelling like "fuck" and screaming, and then passed out and then like colored in blood. So that was cool. Like I lived through a box truck accident. So that's a fun fact about Chris. I broke my kneecap, like 4 ribs.
Oh wait, I got a picture.
Oh wait, you got a picture?
There's a picture?
You got a mug shot?
Yeah.
Shut up, man.
No. Oh God. Okay. I gotta see.
No, wait, we got the mug. No, it's right here. That's you see that bottom one? That's me.
Okay, I gotta say 2 things that why I was laughing initially was because I was recently talking with one of my friends and she brought up something about like wanting to like get hit by a box truck. Like hit by a box truck for some reason. So we got in a conversation about that. But the second thing was I was starting to think like you guys should make like some merch like they do with Pat McAfee with the allegedly t-shirts, but put your face up there.
Hold on. They want you to see this.
Allegedly.
Yeah, that actually would definitely fit like almost within that allegedly t-shirt with the mugshot, that kind of thing.
Hey, no, actually use Zach. Zach's better. It looked clear. But yeah, you want to use that? That would be $50 and you got it.
Hey, licensing fee.
Yep.
I mean, I might take it, or you know what? How about this? How about you guys, next when you guys are going out playing live shows, just have you like by the merch stand, just have the t-shirt up there that just says allegedly and just have his face on there.
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
Yeah.
A bunch of stupid shit as I've done to myself. We need to make some money off
We'd
it.
have to get like licensing from Letterkenny those. That's
hilarious.
That's it.
Okay, hold on. Now it's Saucy's turn to tell who are you, what do you do in the band, and give us a fun fact about yourself.
Horse story.
I play bass.
Just laugh at the bass.
And I'm Mexican.
I'm Saucy, and I play bass.
And I'm saucy. No, not like my personality. That's my name. But my personality too. But a story, probably the best one was when Zach peed on me.
Ah, yeah.
This was stuck on 2014.
Yeah, that was 2014.
It
It was no, that was 15.
Yeah, it was
It was when we were
Just
recording
before
in New
I
York.
joined.
Hold on, let's also.
And he refused to apologize for years. So we were on our way to New York City, and we stopped at Taco Bell. Me and Zach, we're pretty toasted.
They were
About 2
toasted.
sheets in the wind.
This was like at 7 in the morning, though.
And
7 in the morning.
Zach had to pee really bad, and all he had was his Taco Bell cup. So he pisses in this large 32-ounce Taco Bell cup. And
While we're on 95.
fills it to the brim, all the way to the top. He had to pee really bad. And we're going down 95. We're going about 85 miles an hour.
I wasn't thinking.
And he didn't put the lid on the cup, and he thought it was a great idea to just sling it out the
Chuck it
window
out the window.
at 85 miles an hour. And I see KP, he's in this.
I was sitting right behind him.
Yeah, we're in a conversion van. He's like on the right side, I'm on the driver's side, and I see him duck, and I was like, what is he ducking for?
I dubbed too.
And next thing I know, I get hit from forehead to
Knees.
ankle, covered in his piss because it just
Yes.
came back in the van. I mean, it got in my mouth and everything because I was like, piss all over me, and he refused.
He would not apologize.
His
like, it's just
apologizing was, hey, it got on me too. It got on my arm. It's your fucking piss.
Like 2019 before he apologized.
Yeah, I think it was like 2019 before he said, my bad, bro, my bad.
Bro, my
Yeah,
bad.
you kind of pissed in my mouth, bro.
Yeah, I got this all over my new hat.
Yes.
Oh,
no.
The new era. New era.
Oh.
That would have been good. Next time I'll tell you another story.
Oh, okay. Well, I gotta say this. I was gonna give Saucy some shit and have to roast him a little bit for showing up late, but the fact that you got the only drive-by golden shower I've ever heard of, I think you're covered.
Yeah.
Right,
And
right.
this.
Yeah.
Drive by.
He took it like a champ, though, man. He was
Yeah.
like,
Oh, no, bro.
He had the face. Was,
yeah. I turned around. He was just like, bro.
Piss on me.
we got an
Piss
8-hour
on me,
drive,
bro.
Yeah, dude.
I feel like with all these crazy stories, like anytime you guys come up with music, if you come up with a music video idea, all you have to do is like reference what you guys have done in the past together with all these crazy stories, and you're gonna end up coming up with something insane that you could create this like absolutely insane, crazy music video that all of a sudden I'm gonna be looking at like Loudwire, Kerrang, Alt Press, and just see what the guys from Waking Tera did on this crazy music video. Be like, oh, I wonder what story they referenced for this one.
it could be like based on a true story, and then there's a music video.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
That's
Like,
right.
so we can
Run with that.
reenact
Next one.
some. Like
Next one
We're gonna
we
run with that. We'll credit you.
I'll use water to recreate the piss.
no
Yeah, I'm not
lemonade.
even pissed.
Lemonade, yeah.
Lemonade.
Or just yellow dye, dude. Just,
I can piss in it. Why not?
Just piss.
Really, the first time probably will be the last.
Yeah,
don't piss on my life.
So don't go for like the weird special effects kind of stuff. Like, bring out the real thing. I mean, why not?
Right.
Get as authentic as possible.
Yeah, real reactions and everything.
Just let me drink like 2 gallons of water at work. I'll be good.
I'll help the guy film.
Yeah.
You gotta have a stand-in.
Yeah. Just grab some random black guy. Hey, come here. For the thing.
You said it.
Or it could be something like, like you have stand-ins for every single one of you guys for this music video so that you guys get to watch as someone gets like pee literally drive by in their face.
No, now you're getting into where we don't got enough money for all that.
Hey, we're going to pay them $20 and a lukewarm Bud Light.
Okay. Is that a Larry Kinney reference?
Oh,
No.
Okay.
No, that's
drinking on this show?
I was going to say, you'd be surprised how many people would do something like that for $20 and a lukewarm Bud Light.
not a sponsor.
Yet.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor yet.
I just got a green bottle.
Hey, Bud Light. Hey, Anheuser-Busch.
Hey, now.
We see you.
Do you see us?
Cup?
Do you see us?
Easy with this.
I'll say, Anheuser-Busch, if you are watching this, please sponsor Waking Tera. However, you guys probably don't want to sponsor me because I did work for the Miller Coors Corporation for a couple of years, so I'm probably not the person you want to go for. But these guys, yeah, definitely. These are the guys you want to sponsor.
Okay.
We would
Cool.
be mad.
Definitely need help.
And that is my little bit of a shameless kind of trying to do some weird promotion right then and there. And again, might have to even put in a little like description of the podcast. Hey, Anheuser-Busch, you might want to check this out. These guys drinking lukewarm Bud Light and liking it. You want to sponsor them?
Is
Yeah.
Dos Equis and what is that?
Dos Equis?
Is that who's that distributed under?
Let's find out.
Is that Anheuser-Busch too?
I think.
It's like hashtag.
Is it from Cerveceria or Cerveceria Modelo? Because that's usually where a lot of them are from.
It doesn't say.
Yes. Huh.
I think it's his own brand.
Look at that,
Zach, you can't read.
I can read.
I can read.
Jesus.
I might have to Google that at some point.
I don't know. It's a good question. I don't know.
We'll take a Dos Equis
Yeah,
sponsorship.
we'll take that too.
Yeah.
Whatever.
This is KP's
And then instead of being them having the most interesting man in the world, they're gonna have the most interesting band in the world, and then just go off of that promotion.
You got a bunch of good little ideas over here, don't you?
I know.
We need to hire you, bro.
Trying to come manage.
How's your PR skills, bro?
I'll say this is what happens when I talk in these podcasts, interview as many bands as possible, listen to a shit ton of music, and then also, because we've been in this whole entire year of this COVID pandemic thing, I've just been kind of focused on everything else around this. And, most people that I know, everyone's kind of like, oh, we're just going to stay shut in and everything. So I'm kind of just got all this time in my hands to look at all this stuff.
Makes sense.
There you
Makes
go.
sense.
Yeah.
Dos Equis is owned by Heineken.
Heineken.
Oh,
Oh, shit.
I did not know that.
Who would have thunk it?
All right, then I gotta redo this. Heineken, if you're watching this, sponsor the both of us because I love Heineken.
Yeah.
Better beer anyway.
Wait, what was that, sir?
It's a better beer anyway.
Hey, I had 2 wild and crazy nights drunk on Heineken when I was in Amsterdam, and yeah.
Oh, we already know what you did.
I know.
Went to them red light.
That window looks
Red light
nice.
I was just a good, very nice, subtle person just walking around there. May have had a couple of 2-3 beers, may have had a couple of hits of laughing gas. It's just what you do when you're there.
Yeah.
Shit happens.
There's certain things I don't remember, but you know what? We'll see what happens. I mean, I haven't had anything happen to me in the past 2 years where I've had someone text me saying, hey, you have a kid. So I'm doing good there.
All right.
Yo, look, the way that the camera's set up, how we're formed, that should be the promo right there. Saucy right there, you, him, me, and Zach. That's
Oh, you're talking about promo
I
pitch?
actually like that setup right there. Whatever, man. I'm ADD stupid shit. So that's yeah.
That looks cool. Fuck what we talking about.
Well, then shit, after this is all over, I'm going to have to end up sending you a screenshot of that one moment and just be like, all right, here you go. We're going to have this as the picture.
Oh, yeah. You got it. Oh,
If I've learned anything about album picks and it's from South Park, it's you can't look happy, so you can't have the one guy in the background going, cheese.
Oh, yes. Yeah, you got fake +1, right?
Yeah.
Jesus, baby. Oh, baby wasn't like that. Talking about.
Oh, Taylor.
Okay, I gotta watch
We got
it.
a band member called Baby. So
Yeah.
Baby.
Yeah. He'll be here soon. His name's Baby. Address him as
Should be
such.
here soon.
as such,
I don't think he likes it.
I think he loves it.
Honestly,
He's a
really
man.
don't
I think he wants
likes
some
it.
more of it.
He tried so hard.
He can't rise above it.
What is it?
About that little gal's loving. But
That's right.
these guys,
We love early 2000s country in this house.
I'm down.
we do. We were jamming some like Hank Williams and what else were we jamming? Some Kid
Like,
Rock. I found the
Tim
weirdest.
McGraw.
Tim McGraw.
Tim's good.
Dude,
Tim's good.
don't take the girls.
Don't take the girl.
That was a beautiful song. You suck.
Woo! Live Johnny.
Hey, what kind of music you listen to, man?
I mean, when it comes down to me listening to music, there's really 3 genres that I stick to heavy ever since I was a kid, but then one more recently. Always been big into hard rock because that's what my dad introduced me into, with like 80s rock, with like Van Halen, ZZ Top, some hair metal with Poison. End up when I started getting on my own and like really listening to stuff, it was a lot of 3 Days Grace, Breaking Benjamin, Disturbed. It's a little bit more on the metal side. Also really love punk rock as well, so a lot of Pennywise, a lot of Anti-Flag. Favorite band of all time is Rise Against, so that's where I sit in. And then ever since I started all this, people are telling me you got to check out metalcore. So I'm like, okay, I'll give it a shot, see what happens. And the first metalcore album I listened to was Holy Hell from Architects, and that was just like, okay, here's a start. And then after that, it just took off. But everything
Album of that year. I'm sorry. I was going to say that.
Oh, dude, like
Album 2019.
So do you get any of the hardcore 80s punk, like Millions of Dead Cops and Bad Brains and all that kind of shit?
Usually when it comes to 80s punk, I'm going to listen to anything. It's Dead Kennedys.
They can't. Yeah. They were like the lighter version of all the bands. Like Minor Threat. Go listen to Minor Threat. They're.
I do listen to Minor Threat from time to time as well.
Yeah, dude, I like you a little bit more now. That's fucking awesome. It's cool. I love punk, man. Everything from ska to the hardcore shit. I love anything punk, like real punk, not Machine Gun Kelly. Yeah, throw that out there.
It's pop punk.
It's not
different.
pop punk.
It's pop punk.
It's not.
Some of the stuff is.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna shut up.
And
I want to
it's
know
good.
what you think about that, Mr. Punk Man.
With Machine Gun Kelly, if it would have to, with Tickets to My Downfall, you're going to have to classify that mostly as pop punk. And the biggest reason I think is because when you take a look at how the instrumentation is constructed and everything sounded, has a big influence on Blink-182. However, you got to remember, most of those songs, I think all but one of them were co-written with Travis Barker. So it does make a lot of sense why that sound is in there.
Yeah. No, I mean, I can see that that's what they're trying to go for. To me, it's like, I don't know. It doesn't quite pull it off. It's like it's an imitation. I've heard like 5 songs off of it. JD maybe listens
Here's
to
why
it.
I don't knock it. My son listens to trap music, okay? And I walk into his room one day, and he's listening to pop punk. Why? Because he was introduced by Machine Gun. It just I'm like, yeah, he's doing what we need.
I thought that may be the case that what Dane was talking about there. He said all these little kids were coming there 15, 16 years
It's
old.
coming back.
Doing
So
Alkaline
what?
Trio. And all
Yeah.
that stuff. I'm like,
It's coming back, man. Whatever.
Thank you, Machine Gun Kelly.
No,
There was
I will not.
Really?
There was a song
I will
off the
not.
album he did with Halsey. The chick
Forget
who-
Me Too. That song actually worked out really well. Halsey kind of had like this feel that she kind of emulated Hayley Williams from Paramore
Yeah,
on that
that's exactly
track
what
as
I
well.
thought.
So more kids were getting into Paramore as well. I remember I came out with a video like I was at the end of 2020 or beginning of 2021 looking at what MGK did on that album and seeing, there are kids, younger generation, Generation Z, that are really, big on TikTok, big in all this other stuff. And they're hearing a lot of this stuff from Machine Gun Kelly with this pop punk style. Now they're starting to get into more of this other pop punk stuff. There's more influence coming in there. And KP, you just confirmed that with your kid right there. So I'm like, holy shit. This is awesome. They're starting, like the younger generation starting to get back into this stuff again.
Right.
However they get back into it, I don't care. As long
yeah,
as
well,
they-
maybe because of the position I'm sitting in, and not trying to be elitist at all, not saying that, but it's like, dude, if you came out in the year 99, I would trash you, Machine Gun Kelly. I would still think you're not what the good version of this is. And to me, is whenever you take the same guitar chord, dun, 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 you're not evolving the genre. You're actually shitting on the people who've been putting out music that just aren't at the level you are. You know what I mean? The people who have took it to a different level and actually changed their music or
Dude,
pop punk or whatever
but
it
he
is.
took he made music with one of the icons from that genre.
Yeah, I have respect for Travis Barker.
Just saying. Like, if you're gonna do it, that's how you need to do it. Like,
Yeah,
I really
yes,
want to
great
do
drum work on that album.
some different kind of
He's a
music.
great drummer.
Travis Barker, hey, let's write some music
Yeah, I'm not.
and bring
No,
back that
okay.
whole genre that
Okay.
you guys were part of.
I don't know this dude's name or this dude's music, but who's the white rapper dude that did the whole Nirvana album with Travis Barker, like live streamed it?
Oh, yeah, you talking about
Post
Post
Malone.
Malone?
Oh,
I like
Post Malone's
it. Okay,
cool.
there's
I dig Post Malone.
there you go. Look,
Same realm.
Hey,
dude.
no. I'm saying I like him. This
Yeah.
is where I'm like, okay, I like Blink-182, but I didn't like whatever other punk band I never gave a shit about back in the day. It's like I don't like this version, no matter what time period it is or who's doing. I like Post Malone shit, which can show you I'm not trying to be Elias dick. I just hate that tall. I hate him because I get on Omegle and everybody says I look like him.
Oh, okay. We're getting to the real.
No, I hate
Now
it.
we're really finding out about this.
Everything aside,
Wait, hold on,
Ben just walked in.
baby.
Baby's here.
Baby.
I was saying we'll let him get situated, but I want to finish this up as well because I mean this is interesting, and I kind of want to talk a little bit more about this as well because again, I'm seeing where you're coming from, KP. I see where you're coming from as well, and again, I tend to have to agree on both sides a little more with KP than Chris. Where Chris, I totally understand what you're talking about with the instrumentation and where it can sound the same. For me, why I wasn't the biggest fan of Tickets to My Downfall was I just don't like MGK's voice on a pop punk track. It's very consistent, very monotone. However, I wasn't going to end up bashing the album, and I never have because I'm like, this is getting kids back into rock music. So why prevent that? It's like, if they like it, totally fine. I'm just going to let it happen. I'm going to still like the stuff I like. I'm listening to stuff I want to listen to. But all of a sudden, my 15-year-old cousin, when we're hanging out up north, is telling me, hey, can we play some like A Day to Remember? I'm like, oh, fuck yeah, man.
Exactly.
Hey, dude, I'm telling you,
Exactly.
I'll say this, so it's just clarification. Because I don't like it, and this is another little fun fact about Chris, I don't get on any social media, and I say this all the time, I don't put my opinion in people's ears. This is like the furthest I'll get with my opinion. Somebody is talking to you right now. I talk to them and my coworkers, and that's pretty much it. I don't give a shit about I don't have a hill to stand on or a crate.
Or a hill to die on.
I don't have a hill to die on. I don't have an anthill. I don't have anything to gain from trying to change it or prevent it. I just don't like it when I hear it. I'm still a fan of music. I don't consider myself to be a dictator of it, and I'm not a fan of it.
I just say don't knock him. That's all I'm saying. You can not like it and be like, no, I appreciate what he's doing, and leave it at that.
Well, I can understand that if you listen to music and you know why you didn't like something or why you did like it. I'm like, I know why I don't like that, and I don't like it. Actually, there's a lot of things I like because I have reasons. There's a lot of things I like because I don't. Because I have reasons to not like them. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense.
Oh, I totally understand. This is why I love talk music, and I love talking music with this kind of a mentality because if you like something or if you don't like something, I'm not going to bash for your opinion. I want to know what your opinion is, and I want to know the reason behind it. Because even like, I'll tell you, look at the new A Day Remember I'm With You're Welcome. I've seen a lot of people like it, a lot of people not like it. I am not really the biggest fan of it, but I've seen people online. It's like, okay, I want to know why you like it, where your thought process is. People tell me what it is. I'm like, okay, if this is where that's coming from, this is where I'm coming from with it. However, if you want to keep listening to it, by all means, go and listen to it. If you're someone who really doesn't like it, you got two options. One, listen to their older stuff, or two, there are plenty of other bands out there that you can listen to. There's plenty of other bands that are coming up in the scene right now that could easily use your attention, deserve your attention, and deserve your listenership and deserve your support.
That's where I'm at. Like, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to go. And maybe it's because, it's the biggest thing in the world. I'm like, yeah, you got enough fans. I'm going to fucking boast these other guys that aren't as big. Zach, what was that band you showed us today that was cool as shit?
Tuca?
And it had like 2,000 views. And I was like,
Yeah, man, it's like an
cool.
underground band called Taco or
Tuca?
Tosca.
No,
Taco?
Tosca is another band. That's with Rabia.
It's Tocka.
Yeah. Whatever that is, they're cool as
And
fuck.
it's called, I think
They're Canadian.
they're
They sound
Canadian.
like,
The dude was in a band.
Igor, I think it's the singer.
Yeah, Igor was in a band. Behold the City. I went diving into Google.
Yeah.
And they were signed and out and all that stuff.
No, the only reason I bring it up because it was cool, and I was like, it's like the older I get, it's weird. I feel like diving into like underground shit, and maybe that does make me elitist or just somebody that's like, I'm not a normie. I don't try to be cocky like that. If I did, I would be on social media trying to bash everybody. But hell, I'm a big fan of wrestling, and my favorite wrestler right now is somebody called Freight Train, and nobody in the world knows about it. I'm bringing up Freight Train. I don't know, man. What everybody else seems to listen to doesn't do it for me. Nia does, underground shit most of the time, but sometimes I'll find something I really like. Sometimes it's older shit. I've been listening to Jimmy Eat World the last 2 weeks. And dude, that first album, I missed that boat.
Dude.
I missed that boat back in the day. They are so fucking good. So good.
And if you
I cried when I heard that song when I was like,
Oh, was that the one that said sounded like Beartooth?
Beartooth for
That
them.
really sounded like, yeah.
That's all right.
Well, yeah, I like that.
Yeah. So I just don't want to come off as a dick. I mean, I am a dick, but I'm not that much of a dick. You can like it if you like it.
He's got a big one too. I think it.
We talked about Jake, man.
I did. Why are you staring at me?
We talked about Jake, man.
I think it.
He's felt it.
I touched it.
Stop!
I knew it was coming.
It's coming.
Hey, all right.
Bandits gang got his legs together.
No.
I don't think that's a phrase. I really don't. I really don't think that's a phrase. No.
It's his phrase.
It's my phrase. Get off of me. Yeah,
Leave my phrase alone, bro.
I mean, I got Peter on. Nobody got mad about that.
You got mad about it.
Yeah, I did.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I feel messed up. Wait. Ben, say your name.
Oh, yeah.
What you do in the band.
Oh, yeah.
And tell a fun fact or a story about yourself to this man.
My name is Ben, and I play keys and third guitar in the band. And
What about you, Ben?
Yeah, we had a time with this, but we came up with some good
I had
stuff.
a good time with this. Let's see. What's a fun fact about
Go
you?
ahead.
No, I already did. I told my story.
You tell from that.
I do. You
You gotta
said today
you gotta find your own story, dog.
We aren't friends, as you said today, so I don't know much about you, Ben.
Oh, man.
No. So check this out. I called him earlier today, and I'm like, "Hey, Ben." He's like, you want some drumsticks, don't you? Because he works at a music store. I'm like, "How'd you know?" He was like, "Because you don't call me for anything else." So I was like, "What the fuck?" He was like, "Yeah, we're not friends." I was like, "I guess we're not friends. Give me my fucking drumsticks." And,
Well, what kind of drumsticks are those? I played drums when I was a kid, so I'm always a little curious whenever someone brings up anything with drums. You brought up a couple of sticks, so I kind of want to see what you got.
I don't actually know. Did you get me both? Yeah. He got me a 5A and 5B
ProMark.
ProMark, which I do like ProMarks, man, or Vic Firth, but these Pro Boys, I can't really get.
Pro boy.
Pro Boy.
Oh, those ProMark or the ProMark 5As. Those were the first sticks I ever had, but then I ended up really sticking with the Vic Firth 2Bs when I was like primarily doing it. And I'd lost one stick for like 9 years, and last month I found it in the chair at my parents' house.
Yes.
Wait, nice. Wasn't the studio sponsored by Vic Firth? Because Corey had all those big ass piles of Vic Firth. God, I should have robbed them. Oh God!
I see a problem.
That music store unfortunately doesn't carry my picture stream, so I can't
We can't mess with you, Ben.
Yeah.
Can't mess with you, Ben.
They don't like. They ain't got
I don't know,
stuff.
man. Ben is a tall person. There's the fun fact. He's a tall guy.
That's a fun fact.
Ben was the guitarist before Dustin.
Yeah.
So he was in the band before.
Left.
He left. Dustin came in. Now Ben's back. Then we have Dustin.
And Dustin's about to leave, and Ben's going to take
I'm
over his spot.
leaving
Right
now.
No, we already decided that there's no more member
We're not
changes.
allowed to member
You're
change.
stuck. We're just in it.
Yeah, I made
You
it.
don't like it? Oh well.
I made a joke about moving to Texas, and then KP
He's
real
like,
quick. He's
well,
like, "You ain't leaving."
Oh yeah.
you're
No,
not leaving.
we're not doing this again. No. You are stuck.
I'm pretty sure if you try and leave, if like you have like a moving truck outside your house, KP's gonna come and just find a way to make sure that it just does not move from that spot, so you cannot move whatsoever. Whether it's all of a sudden you're gonna turn on the engine and there's no gas in it. You put gas in it. Oh wait, the gas line is completely cut, and now you're spilling gas all over the street. Or all of a sudden, why is the ignition not turning? Well, there's a key jammed in it, so it actually won't fully turn.
And I won't be anywhere around.
That's right.
Sugar in the gas tank.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about the sugar in the gas tank thing. Man, now I feel bad. I totally forgot about that. I was watching Kingpin the other day, and that was like again on like one of the first parts of the movie. All of a sudden, Woody Harrelson's like, "Oh yep, you got sugar in your gas tank," and then it's Bill Murray, setting him up and making him lose his hand. Great movie.
Great movie.
Chris, you haven't seen the movie?
Yeah, I haven't seen the Kingpin.
There's a movie you haven't seen?
I'm serious. I haven't seen. Yeah, there's a movie I haven't seen. Dustin. He doesn't watch movies. I watch.
I don't
we
watch
all
movies as much as he does.
You don't
This
watch
guy-
movies as anybody.
You ever
Six
seen
movies.
Rubberman?
Rubberman.
He's got a rubber. Woody Harrelson's got a rubber hand. He bowls.
Okay, motherfucker. I just said I didn't see the movie, so obviously I didn't see who's
He
in the
wouldn't know the
movie.
reference, though. He
No, I
wouldn't
don't
know.
get the reference. You ever seen?
You're gonna fuck around and get yourself Munson.
See, seen every movie. You ever seen Backdoor Sluts 9?
No, I have not.
Yeah, all
I have
right.
not.
Classic.
Right.
You got it?
I used to have it on DVD,
Got a DVD,
but
man.
it got scratched up, man.
Oh.
I used it a lot. You know?
I didn't put it back in the case for that shit.
Yeah, I felt shame of myself when I just threw it every time I got an insert for it.
But you loved it at first when you put it in, you're like, oh shit.
After I got done, I came back to my
Oh, what have I done? No!
Throw it across the room and try and feel better.
Fucking backdoor sluts.
And then you have to slip in something that's gonna make you feel not necessarily as bad. So you put in something like Shrek or How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
after 10 minutes, you're like, okay, I want that back.
I'll tell you, no, I have to say, it's just because this is flowing conversation. I swear to God, you made me remember something. When I was a kid, a teenager,
He was watching back.
So no, I didn't have Backdoor Sluts.
There was watching
This is
Backdoor
some real
Sluts.
shit. I had, when you were younger, how old are you?
I'm 26.
Okay, you might be right around this line. Like, we didn't have internet porn, really. So it was like, how many VHSs can you steal from friends' uncles' houses and make your own collection? And I remember one time I had this like shame about it, where I'm like, this is wrong. I think I jacked off on Christmas and I felt bad. Oh, for real.
Santa watch me.
I'm a sinner. I'm a sinner.
It was a white Christmas, man. But I took I had a box, kind of like 4-year-old virgin, but it wasn't that much. But I had porn magazines. I used to jack to that white zombie insert with the chicks. Like, dude, I had all.
Oh no!
I took it all out, right, to my beside my trash can. I'm like, I'm done. I'm gonna let trash man pick up this porn. I ain't jacking no more because. And then I swear to God, I came back out the next day. I was like, nope,
I can't stop you. I can't stop you.
I can't fight it. I wish I quit you.
Mama tell me not to be a quitter. I ain't quitting shit.
Yeah,
Hey,
sorry
Chris,
I
stop.
said that. I'm going too far. I'm sorry, guys.
Nah,
Oh, don't worry. I was definitely not around. Like, when I was kind of coming up and starting, when porn became a thing for my age, I was like 2009-ish, 2010-ish. So internet was definitely around. It was definitely a thing. So it wasn't necessarily any kind of a problem where I had to try and steal something from a random person's uncle's house. So, but the White Christmas moniker.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you just had to delete history to get rid of your sins. I had to take my whole shit out to the trash can.
man, I had dial-up, man. You know how tough it was? Trying to load up some pictures for 2 hours.
Yeah. All you see is the balls for the first 30 minutes.
Oh no!
2 hours for 2 seconds.
Hey, look,
I'm
no.
old enough. It was magazines, man.
Oh, yeah, I had magazines.
Dude, they were in the box. I had the
Magazines.
magazines.
Magazines too.
I had the Victoria's Secrets.
All right, JC Penney catalog.
Yeah,
bro.
shit.
Hey. Yeah.
Oh!
Oh man, I had a. Wait a minute. Now y'all bring it back. Oh no, I'm not gonna say.
No, don't get in those memories.
Hey,
Oh,
hey.
no.
Suppress them.
They're back.
I'll say as much I like to hear about
Hey,
any
man.
kind of.
What do you know about the staggy channels?
The what? The what?
Staggy channels, the snow channels. What you know about them?
Oh, they.
Every once in a while, you get a glimpse. Oh,
You see a titty?
Yeah.
Never know. Is that
Never really was around for the static
Hey.
channel.
I'll make it even worse. Did you ever go open up your health book in 7th grade and it says to see titties, go to page 37?
yeah?
Everyone did that.
Dude, thank you for remembering.
Page 238.
Who didn't
Titties.
remember that? We were talking to somebody at work. They were like, oh, no, it was Brent. Brent was like, I never heard of that. I was like,
never did that. What's wrong with you, Brett?
I was like, I even heard of that. I went to a Catholic school when I was in middle school, so all of a sudden it was anyone saw that. There were a lot of people that were also oh my God, is this allowed? And then there's me just hey.
Down for that shit, bro.
shit.
I'll say, but then again, when I was in middle school as well, the teachers there, they kind of were very concerned about me. They sent a note home to my mom one day because they said I was listening to music that was very concerning and demonic to them because I was listening to Disturbed. It was right when the Indestructible album came out too.
No, it was that "No, mommy, don't hit me, stupid bitch" shit. That's why.
I was even listening to Down
Dude, I just showed that to my son.
Wow, really?
No
Man,
joke.
we caught your son Kevin listening to Disturb and jacking off in the back.
I just showed that to my 17-year-old.
What did he say about that?
He just had the face
Crazy ass white motherfucker.
I was like, dude, watch. Just wait. This is the part.
Wait for the.
And
I
then
love
just-
you. I love you. Explain. You ever get mad at your mom? You remember? You can tell me, son. Sometimes man.
I'll say when touring or Zooms KP, what you gotta do is like you gotta take your kid and you gotta see Disturbed play live because they'll always end with Down with the Sickness, and just seeing the look on David Draymond's face when that comes out, it's just people are just like, I mean, even they're doing like arenas now, because I was there for a show here in Milwaukee in 2019. All of a sudden, you hear the drums start kicking in. All of a sudden, I'm right in the gate, right in front. All of a sudden, I'm looking back, just seeing the arena, just the crowd on the floor just start to split open. I'm like, oh, damn. I was pissed for one reason, because I didn't want to leave my spot, but I wanted to be in that wall of death so damn bad. I'm like,
I was in a Lamb of God wall of death in Asheville, North Carolina.
I went to a Lamb of God Wall of Death
During Black Label, the last song.
Yo, dude, that's it. But that was double clap. That was weird.
how injured did you get during that? That's the real question. How injured did you get during that wall of death?
Not too injured. I was like right on the front lines.
He's
man.
a big boy.
Dude.
He's pretty big.
Pretty jacked, but pretty big.
Dude, let me tell you, there was a wall of death where I not a wall of death, but I've seen Disturbed 2006 at Ozfest, and I was up on the hill, and during the sickness, and I was 16 at the time, so I was like, Disturbed's fucking stupid. That's not cool. Yeah.
I was there too.
Oh shit.
Oh, y'all are friends.
Oh shit. No, but no, like I was up on the hill, and I remember thinking, like, man, I don't give a shit about Disturbed. I'm here to see, Bleeding Through and all this. Yeah, that too. But Bleeding Through shit. But and I was like, but the sickness came on. I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm getting in the pit. And I had these two big dudes grab my arms like wrestlers, like they were throwing me to the ropes. And right as the fucking breakdown part hit of that song, and I swear to God, I didn't touch the ground. I'm like flying through the air, and I headbutt a girl and chip her tooth.
Oh,
Yeah.
Her tooth was like just fucking mangled, and her lip was busted. I was like, I'm so sorry. I flew and headbutted this fucking girl. It's so mental, man. Yes.
Ooh, that is right. However, when you're gonna get into something like a mosh pit or wall of death, I mean, you're basically putting yourself in position to have anything happen.
Oh, yeah.
And I've had my fair share of stuff too. I've had this giant cut right above my eye that I decided to like pack a bunch of toilet paper and take someone's like flannel shirt, rip off a piece of it, tie it up, make it look like a pirate gun after the burial. I was holding a bunch of people up on I forgot who it was at Riot Fest for a bunch of like crowd surfing stuff. Someone comes with their like combat boots. I'm holding two people up and they just right to the eye. That was fun. Or when I almost broke my nose because last big show I saw before the pandemic hit, which was Word Alive, Escape the Fate, and Falling in Reverse. During the first part of the bridge for Popular Month, some dude just comes, elbows me right in the nose. I hear this howl hit. I'm like, motherfucker! I'm thinking it's broken. I'm feeling around. I'm like, doesn't hurt. No blood. And someone grabs him like, God damn it, what the hell now? You're leading the wall of death on our side. We saw you take that hit. Okay. And then I looked to the other side, and the guy that hit me with the elbow was right across from me. And I'm like, oh boy. leveled his ass, looked at him for like a second, and then just picked him up. I'm like, okay, we're good.
we're good.
Wait, so wait, you actually went up and tagged him, dude?
No, it's because like where we were for the wall of death though, because people dragged me after I got hit in the nose. They're like, we saw you take that hit. We want you to lead this side. I'm like, okay. And the guy that hit me was on the other side and was lined up perfectly with me. So I'm like, okay, this is gonna be my revenge hit. But it's gonna be like, hit him. He went down, looked at him for a second. I'm like, okay, I did that, and then picked his ass right back up because we're in the pit. That's what you do.
Yeah,
That's right, it's etiquette,
absolutely.
Yeah. That's at least you helped him up, but you just like singled this motherfucker out, took him out.
Bah!
Did you learn your lesson, motherfucker?
Yeah. And if I remember correctly, at the end of that, he looked at me and we just kind of like gave each other a high five, and then that was it.
God,
There's
so much,
That's
it's
great.
so much weird caveman camaraderie. Dude,
Caveman camaraderie.
That's our new band name.
T-shirts.
Caveman camaraderie, dude. But like I've been to outside shows, just sweaty dudes come out with the shirts off. Like, yeah, dude, fucking give me a hug. I love you forever. And we're all gonna be together after this.
We just met tonight in the bathroom. Drunk as shit.
Oh, in the bathroom, dude.
That's the chick thing. They meet each other.
No, dude, I met dudes like, bro, I'll see you out there.
Yep.
My hair hurts.
I got a concussion, but I don't give a fuck.
I'm going back out there.
Yeah, I gotta say, it's like just hear you guys talk about these stories while me sharing mine. It's it's just with this whole entire way, the whole entire COVID-19 pandemics have been, and all of a sudden live shows basically been axed for a whole entire year, like big ones where, you can get into a mosh pit with a good amount of people, go crazy like that. It's weird. It's like if people hear us talk about these injuries, they're like, oh my God, you want to go back and do that again? And I'm thinking, you know what? I miss that almost more than anything else since the pandemic hit. Like, there's been a lot of things that have been lost during this time. For me, it's just like, I miss those live shows. I miss those moments of being in the pit, even getting hitting people, whatever it might be. It's just the adrenaline, and then all of a sudden it's that weird like caveman mentality, family camaraderie kind of style. It's just, I don't know why. It's just the coolest thing ever.
No, but like I do see it's like it is my kind of church place, man. I love doing it but I'm so, like, as you can tell, so anal about music. It has to be a band I love. Like, I can't mosh to just any heavy shit, But I don't know what else is to talk about. What else? What else?
Well, I mean, we've talked about a bunch of random stuff for the past 45 minutes at this point, and one thing we really haven't touched base on is something that is very important in this whole entire thing, which is your own music.
Yeah,
Dang it.
Dang
We
it.
suck again.
I mean, it's cool, but let's go back to the beating each other up.
Well, if your music causes people to beat each other up in the pit, then we can kind of make this all together and work out that way. I mean, that happens.
So show them the work.
March 9th.
Just got these bad boys in.
Oh, you know what? I'm actually, since you're one of the first people to see this, show them the front again. I want you to tell me what you think this artwork looks like.
Oh, what do you think I think it looks like?
Yeah, just off your...
It looks like the female reproductive system.
Damn!
Good.
Ovaries!
That's the first thing I thought. That was the first thing I thought to him. Like, that is definitely what it looks like.
Thank you for being honest, man.
We have bags on the brain.
Oh my God.
Be like that.
Well, I mean, clearly, but I mean, taking a look at that artwork, I'm thinking about it too. I'm like, you know what? I might have to pick up a piece of that just to, pick up a piece of the artwork, pick up some kind of copy of it, whether it's digital, whether it's a physical copy.
The next album's going to be a banana pill on the album.
I'm on it.
Let's go, dude.
Well, if you really look at the art, it looks like birth. If what we're talking about, that's
what
where we
that's
all
what
come
we're
from. Like,
There's a little
that's
dude
the
there.
birth. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Think about it.
Or that dude's like, I want some pussy.
We'll put it this way. For the people that are more metaphorical, more philosophical, more in tune with some of their emotions, it's more about birth and new life. And then there's Chris. It's just a guy that's like, I want to get me some pussy.
Hey, it's open to interpretation.
Right,
you can
right.
see it either
That's what
way,
we'll
dude.
say.
That's the beauty
Yeah.
of music and artwork.
Right.
That is the beauty of music and art. And like with music as well, there's plenty of times where when you look at different songs and you listen to them, even with your music and the music that you guys love as well, when you listen to it where the artist is coming from, they could be talking about one thing rather specifically, but in more of a metaphorical sense. However, you might relate to it with something a little bit more specific in your own life that's completely different from what they meant. However, because the emotion and the feeling is the exact same, you connect with that song just as much as the artist does, and that's where that bond with music comes in.
What's
Yeah.
your perspective?
Also misheard lyrics. Swear to God, I've misheard so many lyrics over the year where I have a totally different idea of what a song is.
That's pretty common.
It is common, but whenever I get mad when somebody points out like that's not what they're saying, I'm like, dude, now you ruined my childhood connection with this fucking song.
Fun fact. He thought, okay.
Shut up! Don't
No,
do
no,
Mary
no, 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 no.
Lou.
The Black Sabbath song, Fairies Wear Boots. Chris thought it was Mary Labucci.
I was singing it over there. I was like, Mary Lou Bootsy, you gotta believe me. I was like, yes.
Wait, Chris, wait a minute. We were at work.
In my head, I'm like, he's talking to Mary Lou Bootsy. Like,
Mary Labucci.
like fairies wear boots. Like, no, it's Mary Lou Bootsy.
That's not what I was like, dude, that's exactly what it is.
Like, no, it's not. Now little lyrics. I'm like, no, shit. Fuck you. It's Mary Lou Bootsy.
That was the best one of all
Because
time.
I thought of her in the song, like she was this woman that lived in a hut, and like he, like he's I don't know what the fuck. I had this whole idea of what Mary looked like. She was an old witch-looking girl. Yeah. Mary Lou
See,
Bootsy.
but I'll say that's the beauty of it, though. You literally took this song and created something that you associated with, even with some weird, like, old lady wearing some weird kind of stuff for some odd reason. But if you connect with the song in that way and it was rather impactful on you, then the song is a good song, in your opinion. And when you go and see if you ever saw Black Sabbath play live, you're going to connect with that song if they play it live. Even it might be something way you connect with it is completely different than what was even meant by it because you misheard the lyrics. Still, it works because a lot of the times when it comes down to it, it's like it's not just the words that are said, but a lot of times it's also the way the instrumentation sounds, the way everything is composed, and the way the vocals are pitched that really tells the whole entire story. So that's where you really get that feeling of emotion, so that even though you might mishear the lyrics, you might take it in a completely different way, the feeling is still the exact same, and that's how you connect with the artist, that's how you connect with the music, that's how you connect with everyone else that loves that music and just absolutely connects that song in like some weird, super duper strong, like mental connection way.
Yeah, emotion is like way more connecting than the ability to communicate through speech. Swear to God, if you have the same emotion with somebody, you can look at somebody and feel the same, but then you start talking and you fuck that all up. You know, so what you're saying is correct. And it reminds me, Nirvana had one, Forever in Debt to Your Priceless Advice, and I can't remember what the hell I thought it was, and somebody told me back when I was like 16.
Price of Your Rice?
No, I didn't think it was no, but there's been so many. Zach, you had a misheard lyric.
Yeah, which one was it?
Oh, that's that 311.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you can't talk about that one, but
yeah. I'm more music based anyway than I am lyrics. Like lyrics are cool, I like them, but however the music makes me feel is usually what I catch first, rather than lyrics and stuff like that. So
obviously I'm the opposite.
I'll be KP. We talked about this. I'm with KP. Like what did we say before? When I was like, dude, when I was younger and I listened to music, I was like, before I understood what those instruments were doing and liking the aggression of heavy music, I was like, that's just noise for this motherfucker to tell you what he's trying to tell you.
Tell the story.
That was all it was to me when I was younger. And then I started playing and I'm like, damn, I ruined that for me. Now I hear drums.
Now I know what's going on.
That's what he's playing. Cool. Now I don't give a fuck about what he's saying. It's sad. I need to listen to acapella music.
I'll say where I come from more lately is more where Zach's coming from, where it's just more the instrumentation is where I connect with it. Like when the first time I hear a song, I might not necessarily, I have no idea what they're trying to bring up unless I'm doing like a full on album review where I look up the lyrics and try and decipher the meaning of the song first. And it's like, okay, here's where the meaning of the song comes from potentially. And then like, okay, for me, how the instrumentals, how the vocals really tell that story. And does it feel like, for me, does it tell it effectively or not? If it doesn't tell effectively for me, then I just don't connect it as well as some other people do. That's just the way it is. So, like, I was going to use a song, like, my favorite song from 2020 was a song called Above My Head by Polaris. And I listened to it, and all of a sudden, I'm listening to it on a long car ride, just blasting it. And I was listening to it. I wasn't even paying attention to lyrics. I'm like, that guitar riff in the chorus, there's something about that makes me feel like just like I was connecting back to when I was like super duper depressed a couple of years ago. And then all of a sudden I play it again, listen to the lyrics. I'm just like, holy fucking shit.
Ironically, that was also my album of the year for 2020.
I think I included EPs for my album of the year 2020. I had to put the Bring Me the Horizon EP in there because that thing was just bonkers good.
Was that the one that just came out, or was that Amo?
No, I'm talking about Post-Human Survival Horror, the one that came out at the end of 2020, like October.
That wasn't bad at all. There's a lot of good stuff on that.
Really?
Yeah, really. It was produced by Mick Gordon, the dude that did the Doom soundtrack.
Oh yeah, that thing you keep playing for. He keeps playing it for me, like, or showing. It's that and the Donkey Kong metal thing. I tried to listen to it. I couldn't get over it.
That's not that. But.
I could. Yeah, but you keep trying to get me to listen to shit.
I was like, because even talking about music as well, and talking about how again music connects with us, how the sounds of the instrumentals really connect with us, and how, with you guys how the vocals connect with you. I mean, with your song that I would, the one I really dove deep into, which was Nothing, which I'm like, after I heard that one, first thing I thought was, again, goddamn, why isn't this on Octane yet? Because it fits perfectly for that audience, and it's just the way everything is constructed, using like this kind of melodic style throughout, but also there's some heavier pieces in there. The intro is heavier. I'm like, I'm sitting here thinking, what the hell's going on? And I'm watching the music video at the same time too, and I'm just like taking this all in at one point. I think before I started writing everything down and like really trying to decipher it, I probably watched that music video and listened to the song somewhere like 6 or 7 times in a row.
Thank you, man. Thank you a lot. Yeah, for real. Thank you, man.
So I'll say, so I got to start out with this. What was the inspiration behind the song? And I mean, I saw the music video where it really had all this different, it looked like, you guys were on like CNN or something with a bunch of breaking news happening around you. And a lot of it was stuff that seemed like it was related to the pandemic.
Some of it, yes.
Really, it just started with a riff, We kind of came up with that name, we came up with that, me and Zach first. And we just built off of that.
I mean,
Kind of knew where we wanted to go with it stylistically.
I think it kind of means more of like the lyrical content
Well-
that KP put to
Well,
it.
I mean, both.
Honestly-
I like both.
Yeah.
Well, with the lyrical content, it's weird that we went through all this stuff
Yeah.
in 2020 because I wrote those lyrics probably, I think I came back from my trip December 2019,
It was right before everything hit.
and that's when we started recording
Yep.
and we were in the studio, and that's when I wrote it, and I finished it off in January, and then February, pandemic, everybody's locked out, all these things going
I
on.
think it was mid-March. actually,
Everything you
when
said
it
fits
started.
somehow perfectly into like any given problem we had last year.
And
Swear
it
to
really
God.
didn't hit us until we listened back to it after the studio.
Yeah.
We're just kind of vibing with it, like, oh my god,
I definitely
this is
remember
everything
Yeah.
that's going on right now.
Too bad it takes you so long to put it out because people think you're just trying to cash in on the problems of other
We
people.
really
It's like,
weren't. This was
it was just
pre-pandemic.
Yeah,
And it made so much sense. We were just like, hey, we should make that the first single.
Absolutely.
yeah, definitely.
It was
Also-
done in this room, by the way.
Yeah,
Can't
this
tell.
is our music video layout.
Oh yeah, I kind of picture it now, where it's like just seeing the way, especially with the way the top wall painted white, and you got. I mean, I think you had some of those posters on the back end as well, so it does make a lot of sense. I'm starting to put the piece together. I'm like, wait a minute, that is the room that you guys shot the video in.
Yeah.
Yeah, we decided to go full DIY with that one.
Yeah, we really did. It was more like as a preemptive. It wasn't, a big, huge production.
Shot
Honestly,
iPhone.
the video was supposed to be a lyric video.
Yeah,
We were just going
kind of still is.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
kind of a lyric
It's got
video
concept.
still, but we initially wanted to just put the song out with these images and give you just the lyrical content.
Inside the jam.
But it was crazy, after I watched the video, all these bands are doing these live streams at home or in the studio and all this stuff. And that's what we did with the video.
I didn't even think about that. but
It's
it's almost
crazy.
like that's a whole nother level of like.
And we didn't do it on purpose. We just did it.
Yeah.
It's
We're
just art
what he's saying is we're
happening.
so smart we can tell the future.
It's like you're on that like Simpsons level, tell the future kind of sound.
There you
So,
go.
like,
Big brain boy.
And
Absolutely.
one
Yeah,
thing I'll say,
they both
and one thing
do.
I got to add in with what you said, KP, where you wrote the lyrics of this even before all this hit, and then all of a sudden after your son being mixed, mastered, and everything, and you listen to it after the studio, and you're relating to it with everything that had happened in 2020. And I do get what Chris brought up. It's like, or I forgot it was Chris or Justin, which one of you two brought up, but it was the fact that there's a lot of people that might be doing stuff like this. It's like, oh, you might be trying to piggyback off of what's going on, but people aren't going to know about that. However, I'm thinking, you know what? When I do the promo for this podcast, like that's going to be the piece I include in there, because then it's just going to be like, hey, now everyone knows when you listen to Nothing, this song was written before that.
You know what? I have a
Yeah.
theory on this. I think it's all fucking KP's fault now.
It's all your fault. dude.
Like writing it in.
It's like that Goosebumps fucking
Oh,
episode.
yeah, that's cool.
Fucked
That-
up the
that
whole
did
ass
cool stuff.
world.
I read like all those books.
Yeah.
Back in the day. Big Goosebumps thing.
So, but now I got to ask, I got to go this to KP as well, because you said, again, you wrote these lyrics after you came back from a trip in December of 2019. What was the inspiration that came back from this trip that made you want to write the lyrics like this that end up actually being perfect for what happened all in 2020?
Man, all right, so I was always against watching the news. As a kid, you're like, that's stupid. Who's gonna watch the news? But now, as an adult, wanting to be informed with all these different things going on, especially the last couple of years, when I get up to go to work in the morning, I turn it on, and it's just a bunch of like crazy stories. Like they want you to just feel bad and feel this and blah blah blah, and they're forcing it down your throat.
That's the only outlet to get it.
And then, I found myself, especially coming back from my trip when I was gone for 2 weeks, like all serenity and peaceful, come back to like, here's the image. Oh, this
Take
is
my
bad.
propaganda.
Feel bad about this story. And I was like, it puts you to the point where you don't feel anything about any of these stories because it's so much.
Yeah,
And they're really forcing these ideas down your throat. And so, the core of the song is, we don't feel anything. You don't feel anything. Nothing. Nothing's real. You don't feel it because of what we're in.
because it's normal.
Yeah,
You
that is
become
normal.
apathetic to it.
It is.
Yeah, that's the sad thing, but and it turned out to be more relevant and important just a couple months later.
Well, looking at how they had the kids in the cages with the aluminum blankets and all that stuff, and like you really should feel bad about these children, but
you go eat your bowl of cereal.
And you're like, okay, I'm going about my day because I have to.
Yeah. Not only do you have to, it's just because you're also just too used to seeing this stuff come through on the news every single day. It's like whenever I'm like over at my parents' house, if I have to go over there in the morning or something, all of a sudden the paper's out on the front door and I pick it up for them and I put it inside, and like the headline is always something more doom and gloom. It is never, ever positive. Even if like any kind of local sports team, or if the Green Bay Packers are doing well, you take a look at the front page after they had a big win or something. No, it's still doom and gloom, whatever it might be. There's
something bad, or dude broke his leg. Look at what happened when he broke his leg.
Whatever sells.
They're targeting him. What? Shut up. Stop.
Yeah, it's a lot of it's just fear. I think they want you to be on edge about something. So
fear sells.
I don't know, man. It sucks. It really sucks. But yeah, so I mean, it's
like we had to say something about it.
Yeah. I thought it was to me. Anybody else could have a different opinion. That was the best song lyrically on the whole album.
I mean, I haven't listened to the whole album yet. I'll listen to that track, and again, going through it, really focusing in on trying to figure out the meaning for myself, because that's always one thing I like to do. Again, like I said, when I figure out these songs and see where I think of them or not. And again, the music video is kind of my guide for this. But again, we'd gone through everything in 2020 and the beginning of 2021, looking at the video as well. That's kind of where I took it. But it kind of had a little bit the same feel where it's kind of felt like, kind of needing to remove ourselves from all that. And it was all based on because most of these things are thrown at us due to fear. And it's trying to have us not live our life with fear and complicit of having these larger companies, these larger entities, even the government, whoever it might be that's controlling, pushing all these stories down our throats, pushing all these fear-inducing stories down our throats, trying to kind of find a way to not have to live and be complicit with constantly living in fear.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck. I mean, that's like I said, that's why it's my favorite. But thankfully, you can pick your favorite on the night when the album comes out.
3 days.
Segue
today.
It's a good one.
But I'll say by the time this ends up being released, the album will be out. So for everyone that is listening, we'll go through the song a little bit more as well, because I do like the song Nothing. But again, I'll put this at the end as well, but I'll say it right now. If you look at the bottom of the screen, if you're watching on YouTube, I'll have the little bit of the the artwork. It'll be in the left-hand corner. I'll have the name up there. It'll say available now because it'll be available by the time the podcast comes out. Then you look at the description of the podcast. You'll find the links to where you can stream it as well. So again, I'm making it super easy for you guys to find this stuff. And when it comes to finding Waking Tera online, I almost messed up. I was like, man, I know I'm gonna mess up at one point. Almost did. But when it comes to finding online, anything you need, I'm gonna have in the description as well. So it's a one-click, one-stop shop for literally anything. You're not gonna have to search anything up. All you gotta do is just click.
Dude, that's really cool. When you said you were about to mess it up, what were you about to call us?
I was gonna say Walking Tera.
Oh, dude,
everybody all the time.
All the time, man.
All the time.
Common thing.
I was trying not to do it. I'm like, God damn it! And right when I started saying, I'm like, it's gonna fucking happen. Like that's how
you did do it. You've done very well.
Proud of you, man.
Yeah, we're proud of you over here.
Proud of you, man.
Oh well, thank you.
Started quite a few mosh pits from shows where we walk in and we're introduced from like, okay,
dude,
I got you. Walking Tera? Okay. We're gonna tear all of this up.
Big bet.
Tear it up.
Yeah. We're gonna tear all this shit up. Are you ready?
Yeah.
So that's why when I get to you guys play live for the first, I'm expecting this. Are you ready? There's gonna be me in the middle of the pit, just like, yes, I am ready. Thank you for asking.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And if for some reason all of a sudden you guys are playing, you see some guy fall down the pit bloody as all hell, but all of a sudden you see him walking out with his thumb up like this, being like, okay guys, I'm good. Just know, I'm okay, I'm fine, still in a great mood.
Just make sure you pick him up.
Yeah. We'll our fans usually they're violent, but they'll pick you up.
Violent fans that respect mosh pit rules, okay, then I'm totally in.
That was good.
You're like Enterprise, man.
I like that. That was good. They pick you up. That's great. I'm sorry. I love dad jokes. Like they're my favorite.
Well, I mean, who doesn't like a good dad joke? I mean, there's literally videos online of people doing those dad joke offs where they just sit in the room and they just tell dad jokes like back and forth between each other and they just try and see who cracks first. Or then who cracks
We
most?
do.
That's us every
Funny story. Me and him work together. We're
And
on the
live
same
together.
crew at work. We do this all the time. We try to make each other laugh. It's just that's the whole
I'm not
day.
doing
Man.
it. We're not going to do any of it now.
No, we're not gonna do it right now.
We're going to do it now.
Oh,
We
We get
can
our
do
job
this.
done, and we make each other laugh.
Yeah, we
Look at these four compared to them to words like,
Come on now.
Oh yeah, they're
Ben
all
told us
dads. The
that.
dads are right there.
Hey,
All day.
Actually, I'm a dad.
here you go. Did you know 10 plus 10 is the same as 11 plus 11?
what?
What are you talking about?
What? Okay, what's 10 plus 10?
20.
All right. What's 11 plus 11?
22.
22.
Oh, God.
Dude, that's what I'm saying.
That was good. That was
Come
good.
on,
That was good.
man.
That's my favorite thing
That's
ever.
You're done.
Come on, bro.
His delivery.
Fired.
Dad jokes.
I am a
That-
dad.
That was one of the best dad jokes I've ever heard. However, I might be able to top you with that one.
Okay, let's go. Let's go.
Why does Norway put barcodes on their ships?
Why is that?
So they can Scandinavian.
Nah.
That's good. That's good.
Scandinavian.
That's good.
Holy shit.
Scandinavian. I dig it.
Yes.
That's pretty good.
So feel
Okay.
free to use that one. I think I heard that one from one of my college friends. We were walking home drunk from the bars at like 2 a.m. He just brought it out, and I almost fell into a pit of snow laughing because I'm just like, this is funny as all hell. Actually, I think I did fall in.
Solid 9 out of 10.
I don't remember. I was up in Minnesota at that point. There's a lot of things that are blur there. Also because of the cold. Oof. Not the biggest fan of that. But then again, also want to jump a little bit back more into nothing as well. More on the instrumental side of things, because one thing I noticed was, again, there's a little bit more of this like consistent melodic feel to it overall, no matter what you guys did, but especially in the intro, because all of a sudden you kind of lead in with a little bit of this like hard rock kind of guitar, a little bit of a softer cymbal build, kind of hearing like, you know, what seems to be kind of going on with it. Then all of a sudden you get this full, more like melodic metalcore breakdown style in an overall way. And I absolutely loved how this worked because, again, it was heavy, but the melodic pacing really gives the song more of this contemplative and realization feel that I thought the mean was calling for on this. So it was heavy. However, it just like going more melodic with it matched up so damn well with what you guys were trying to attack with the meaning. And it was whatever I thought the meaning was, what you guys had the meaning to be. I mean, no matter what it was, again, it's just the emotion played off of that intro riff. That intro like feel like a metalcore breakdown in a way, but super melodic. Holy crap, everything just like came at me. I'm like, okay, again, Octane, pick this shit up.
It was definitely kind of a calm before the storm aspect of the song, which we really liked.
Yeah.
It was cool. Especially
Yeah.
the Alan Watts bit, because Alan Watts is incredible. We love him.
In this house.
We love Alan Watts in
In
this
this
house.
house,
This house.
we listen to Alan Watts.
But that
we all
came-
do it.
That came later, and it added to the song so well. So
Yeah.
we just
Yeah, and the intro riff gives you that anticipation feel, like something's coming.
Yeah.
Before this, yeah, it's just that,
And I'll go even
that
further.
line.
I'll go even further into saying it that we kind of stick on that same rhythm from the beginning riff when it kicks in, the metalcore part, as you said, like kicks in, and we stick with it. I think it's to kind of give, not to get in the way of the message. I always took it that way. It's like, okay, we heard that riff, now pay attention to what he's talking about. You know what I mean? There's layers on top of it, but ultimately I think it is to highlight what he's talking about. Maybe that was a subconscious thing, like this is some important shit. You need to hear this, but that's the way I view the song. And we didn't write it that way. It's my own interpretation of it.
But again, it does make a lot of sense, though, especially with what Zach had said as well, where all of a sudden it's like that beginning part of it right before you hit to it, because it's very subtle, but it's also like an anticipation feel. But then what KP had said about writing the lyrics, where all of a sudden it's like you're coming back from that vacation and you turn on the news and you know there's going to be some sort of like fear-inducing story there. So that anticipation from when you turn on the TV to when you actually get to that channel, there's always going to be a little anticipation like, okay, what the hell am I actually going to see now? What the hell is actually going to go on? Or if you relate to more something with the pandemic and what had happened just because of, again, what we had gone through in the past year, it was every single day it was, okay, what's shut down now? What do we have to worry about now? Can I go and see my mom and dad? Can I go see my parents? Are the kids going to go to school? Is it even okay to go grocery shopping? Like, what the hell is actually going on? So it's just that slight little build of that anticipation really makes sense just how everything turned out.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Yeah.
that, man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
We all on the same page here. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And then even as you continue to build on the song as well, going to the verses, because you maintain that same style of heaviness that you did with that melodic, like more melodic metalcore style intro, with like heavy melodic chugs and heavy drumming with the concentration on the cymbals. However, the difference comes to the more prominent, lighter, consistent flowing guitar style on the riff at this point. And this really gives off part on like its own differentiation without really losing any of the steam that the intro had on based on its close similarity and overall style. Also gives you a lot of chance to really focus in on what KP is saying at the exact same time as well. So it just all flowed so nicely up until this point where one of the biggest things I liked about it was, again, where you were going from one spot of the song to the next, the energy was always kind of consistent. You never lost energy, you never really tried to like build on it completely, and never kind of like had these weird ups and downs. It was a very consistent build throughout the whole entire thing. And the concentration on it and where you were concentrating on each part of the song was just like, okay, you knew what you wanted to have be the focal point of that part of the song, and you guys hit it every step of the way.
Yeah, it's kind of like what I was thinking. Yeah, I was sitting here, I was like, man, you're going a little deep into this. So
Kind of like grabs you by the collar of the shirt and just keeps pulling.
And yeah, it's a constant pull.
Yeah.
That's
we wanted that verse riff to be kind of a skeleton of the main riff.
Yeah.
And it's got some variations in the verse, but yeah, it does keep that same energy.
Yeah, just like it was, Zach comes in with a little lead over top of it, and kind of gives it a little bit of vibe. But like I said, it mainly focus on what KP's talking about and all that good stuff.
Oh yeah, and you're gonna want those variations in there a little bit just to make it not sound like a song like it's gonna feel like a run-on sense where everything's kind of the same going forward. But again, it's just the core of it and the base of it was very much consistent, especially with the overall pace and the overall energy of it, which really made this kind of stand out where all of a sudden you're focusing on the vocals and we need to focus on the instrumentals. Now it's going to be picked up at those points, but however, the energy is never going to be fully just like completely wiped out or anything, or all of a sudden you're not get this crazy spike in it. It's just this consistent, like what Zach said, kind of going to grab you by the shirt collar and slowly pull you every step of the way.
That's right.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I got to make sure not to rip my shirt collar on this one because I don't want to just like
don't put that shirt on.
all of a sudden like have like half a shirt here for the rest of the podcast and be like, oh man, ain't no one want to see that. Not even like people that I know.
Shirts ain't cheap, man.
You never know, man. You never know.
You never know. You might pull something. Go ahead, rip it.
No, don't rip that shirt.
Go ahead, give me a Hogan.
I'll say pull something. I'll end up like pulling all of a sudden. Be like, you're gonna see me go like, oh shoot, what happened? Yep, there goes my back. That's a lat right there.
Yeah, I pulled my lower back. I pulled my lower back out. Messed up my L5.
I didn't stretch out before this, man. Or knowing me, I'd probably go like, okay, now I'm going to talk like this the rest of the day because I kind of fucked up my neck on that one. And you're going to see me like, and I'm going to run back and watch the video and wonder, why the hell was I like completely like had my head cocked for a good portion of the podcast? Oh, yeah, that's when I tried ripping my shirt and all of a sudden I pulled my neck muscle. Way to go, me.
Because you can't stop getting into pits, getting fucked up. That's what it is.
That's right, man.
Or is it because I haven't been in a pit in like over a year at this point and my body's trying to destroy itself because it's too used to getting destroyed? I mean, hell, that happened to me back in May when all of a sudden I'm like, oh, my stomach kind of hurts. This is weird. And nothing. All of a sudden, like a couple hours later, I'm in the hospital because I have to get my appendix removed. And my full-time job, my full-time job, my boss says, well, it's because you haven't been in a mosh pit in 2.5 months. Your body's trying to destroy itself somehow. It's trying to like supplement that. I'm like, well, at least it's my appendix and not like some other weird organ that I actually need.
Hey, did yours rupture or was it still? It was on the verge because I had the same thing happen to me.
Mine did not rupture.
Okay, it's still scary. You're like, what is this fucking pain in my lower abdomen? Like, what is this shit? Did you have like prelude pains to it, or did it just hit you at once?
It was very gradual. It was built over like a day or so, and it wasn't bad. But like when I really was like, okay, this is starting to get a little like bad. Then all of a sudden it started getting worse. Went to the hospital. They did the whole entire test thing, and when they were wheeling me through, there was a guy that was wheeling like up to him. He's like, oh, do you want me to sing anything for you? What do you like? I'm like, well, I don't know. What do you want to sing? He's like, do you mind if I start singing some Lacuna Coil tracks? And I just I looked at him like, dude, go for it. That's better than almost anything else you probably could have said at this point.
I haven't thought about them in a hot minute.
They're just in the news, man.
Wow.
They're just in the news.
Yeah, they did like they're supposed to do a live stream show and they just like
live stream?
like a Italian protest or something.
Yeah. Do they still look all new metal and shit when they look like corn nowadays or what? I don't know.
They did a live stream event and all of a sudden they just kind of just stood there in silence and really didn't do anything. I think it was some sort of statement about with there being no live music over the past year and with venues being silent, a lot of venues shutting down that we might not have known about because they didn't get the proper help that they needed. So I think that was the case behind it. But I know a lot of people are mad because, again, you hadn't seen Lacuna Coil play in over a year at that point, and you wanted to see something.
Dude, can you imagine if they practiced up for it and just, they actually went through just rehearsals and just sat up there.
Like, now we're not doing it.
Yeah, we're not doing it. How the fuck we practice? Look, so didn't Rage Against the Machine do that back in the day at a show? Where they did a protest at a whole, like an actual show with thousands of people. They stood up there and didn't fucking play for
I know Anthrax did that because the whole Anthrax said we're not changing our names.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that would have been back like, 2003, 2004-ish with the Anthrax thing?
Early 2000s.
Yeah, because I know that's something that happened.
Gavin?
Yeah, I think they did have John Bush.
What are you talking about?
Gavin Rossdale?
You talking about the Bush guy? What are you talking about?
Bush
John
was the
Bush
name
from
of his,
Oh,
Anthrax
yeah,
singer.
yeah.
They all had like white jumpsuits on.
No.
Gavin.
You talking about Gavin?
Gavin.
Gavin DeGraw?
Shut up.
Stu said Gavin DeGraw.
Shut up.
Still not
Gavin
here.
DeGraw.
Yeah. No? Nobody?
Hey,
No.
I have it on my phone, so
Hey,
I listen to pop music.
hey, we're there, bro.
Oh, well.
I'm there with you.
Hey, everyone listens to something completely different, and even if you don't listen to stuff that's like, even though you focus in with more of the rock and metal stuff with Waking Tera, however, if you listen to a bunch of other stuff as well, one thing I've always said about that is it doesn't matter about that just because you're going to end up picking up on certain different like aspects and influences that different artists have, and you can try and throw them into your music. There's some times where it's not going to work, but it might lead you onto somewhere all of a sudden, holy shit, you come up with something that's absolutely incredible. I mean, hell, look at all these genres and subgenres that came up by mixing one thing and another that people didn't think was going to work.
Yeah. Let's make some Fiona Apple on our shit. That's what I'd be listening to, Fiona Apple. Hey, trees. Do it.
I mean, if you tried it, could it work? It could. It might not. You never know unless you try it. But then if you try it and it doesn't work, you might have picked up on something that you created just within that all of a sudden you want to try, put in your music. And next thing you know, you got this like insane hit on your hands. You never know. Something like that could easily happen.
That reminds me, what were we talking about? We're talking about covering. What was that?
50 Cent.
50 Cent, yeah. What was it? What was the riff?
Go.
Dun, 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 dun. Dude, we got it. We're doing that. Actually, this is how I'm going to make it happen. We're going to do that. It's going to be out this summer. Yes, we're doing it. No, we don't give a fuck if that's a word.
Yeah.
Goddamn right.
Let's go. I'm here for it.
I'm here with you.
I'm here with it.
I think KP's reactions were clearly the best.
KP can rap. I'm just
It's
saying.
majority rules.
KP
I've
can
never
rap.
heard KP rap in my life, though.
You never heard him rap?
I was just rapping for my daughter in the car earlier today.
Yeah.
She was like, I didn't know you knew a whole rap song.
Yeah.
I scream and play in this metal band, but yeah, I can listen to anything. Yeah.
Okay, what about Lil Jon and the East Side Boys? What about that one?
Hey, if you want to get me hype as fuck in the
I've
car,
seen this. I turned on Lil Jon and the
if
East
I'm
Side
ever in
Boys.
a bad mood,
He
all you
about
gotta
broke
do,
my fucking window.
all you gotta do is play some Lil Jon rap.
We have used some of their songs for our intro.
We did.
Oh, yeah, we
Yeah.
did.
I was
Walk out.
Yes, you were.
No,
This was like last year.
It was
What did we do?
It was the
It was
show.
Hooligan
What
Show.
song?
The local one.
It was February of 2020.
But what song?
I can't remember.
Oh, I can't remember. They
It
can't
wasn't
remember.
one
That's
of the-
cool.
Big.
It was one of their songs.
All I remember is we came out to
Was
Return
it
to
Get
Mac.
Low?
No.
No, it wasn't get.
Why would we do that one? That would be so
I want to
strange.
play that song.
No, it was
I'll say, remember, it was February 2020. If you think about February 2020, that seems like 3 years ago with everything we've gone
Really
through the past
does.
year.
Yeah.
What was that song? Now I need to know what that song
Now you
is.
just gotta look it up.
Yeah, now I'm curious too because I want to know what Lil Jon the East Side Boys song did you guys reference for this shit?
I want us
Hey,
to
we came
come.
out to Montel Jordan before, haven't we?
Montel Jordan. Montel Williams? Wait, is that his name? You talking about Return to Mac?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one we really came out to.
That was
I was
awesome.
That was my because that's what we returned from.
Yeah. Once
You
again,
lied to me. Most times I said that
I want us to come out.
and it's Nick Montel.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you're right, but I'm thinking Montel Williams at MS motherfucker.
Montel.
Wait, how do you think about Montel Williams at a point like this?
I'm sorry, what?
How can you think about Montel Williams at a point like this?
How can you not think about Montel Williams? What's wrong with you?
I'm just saying.
I just don't understand how he would work in this situation.
You know, wait, what? You got it low as shit.
Okay, check it out.
What?
Our next show.
Yeah.
I want us to come out to the King of North Carolina.
Oh, P. Pablo?
Petey Pablo.
Power.
Yeah.
North Carolina.
$100.
What?
Why don't we just hire for
Hey, I got pictures with him, bro.
Oh, that's
No. Here's what you gotta do. You gotta for your next show. You gotta be introduced and walk out there, and just with the Undertaker theme in the background, and everyone just walks up super duper
Dude, I'm
slow.
sorry. Hey, I don't know if you are. I'm a huge wrestling dork.
We love the Attitude Era.
I've been watching from '98 to two. I'm gonna watch till 2003, and then I'm gonna cut it off. I'm done there. But, and then I'm gonna go back and watch some WCW from '96 to 2000. I'm not going in 2001 because David Arquette. Fuck all that. Nobody wants to see that. And then I'm gonna go find some ECW. And then I'm gonna go back to ZZW, which if you've never seen ZZW and you're a wrestling fan, you need to go look up what is it? CZ? Yeah, Combat Zone Wrestling. It's the most fucked up thing you've ever seen in
That's
your
the
life.
one you showed me. You sent me the YouTube.
Dude,
Oh my.
They took a weed whacker.
I was like, oh my
Cut
god.
shit. Dude, listen. They took two center blocks, set them on fire, and powerbombed the motherfucker on.
Oh
It's
god.
fucking amazing. Please go look up Combat Zone Wrestling. Just look up the compilations. You will find me just to hand me $5 for that. I promise you.
I might have to because I don't really pay attention to wrestling much anymore. Like when I got into it, it was unfortunately during the Ruthless Aggression era, not the Attitude Era, because when the Attitude Era ended, I was in second or third grade at that point. So
Don't make me feel this way, man.
I'm sorry, man, but like that's just the way it is. So I end up getting into a lot of stuff. Like I was a big John Cena fan. Yeah, you can make fun of me for that if you want to. I was like,
I will right now.
11.
You suck. Why do you like that guy?
This was back in 2004, 2005, man.
Did you watch that one where they were doing the ECW match and he threw his shirt out to the crowd and kept throwing it back at him like every time?
Yeah, the ECW one night stand when he went up against RVD.
Yeah. He threw his shirt out to the crowd, they kept throwing it back, and just like dude, they were ruthless. Like they were, fuck you, mother. That big black dude, fuck you. I'm like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, but that helped out. That helped out the ECW brand so much because you saw how much hate the fans had for WWE. But then it just added so much more to the brand as well. Like they ended up trying to revive it after that, just because of that one night stand show.
Yeah, didn't they have it in Philly at that place they used to do it?
Yeah.
Dude, no wonder you had motherfuckers coming from 98, coming to see that, which they haven't done shit with their life since then. So, yeah.
But I do have to say, because I do have friends that do still really pay attention to it, I'm going to have to find these Combat Zone Wrestling compilations and send this shit to them.
Listen, dude, I'm not telling you to look at it for the storyline or anything. I'm telling you to look at it for the fucking train wreck. Like, it's like, it's fucked up. You like fucked up shit, right? You're
absolutely.
Dude. Okay, you'll love it, dude. Trust me.
My favorite Reddit thread right now, and it has been ever since I've really jumped on Reddit, is "Hold My Feeding Tube."
Yeah.
If you've ever heard of that one?
Mostly myself, but yeah.
I don't know if you want to check it out. It's called "Hold My Feeding Tube." It's people getting hurt in the dumbest, stupidest ways, and they're getting like badly hurt, not dying, thankfully, but just badly hurt.
Yeah, I watch people die in there, and I'm a little bit more extreme.
It's a little more extreme.
I like it. I'm not saying I like it. It's fucked up, but I have a curiosity in me.
That's what's going in the world.
That's what's going in the world. Call me crazy again. You see what it's about.
So then I guess for Chris, "Hold My Feeding Tube" would be a little bit tame.
I'm
Yikes.
not about that life.
Shut up. I'm gonna talk to you now.
You about that life?
Okay.
I don't know. He might be. You never know.
He might be. He might get into the life,
All right, I'll say this.
I'm so sorry. Me and Dustin have all these inside jokes that we're whispering to each other like douchebags. Like, well, you're doing it to me. I'm not doing it. Shut up, dude. Shut up.
All right, I want I want to jump back into Nothing just a little bit more just because I want to make sure I touch on this. And one of the things that really stuck out to me on that one, I just want to bring it up specifically, is the chorus with KP's vocals. And especially because he kind of kept his like same style he did in the verse. However, the vocals a little bit more drawn out melodic as the chorus than was the verse. And at first I was like, this is a little bit interesting because it's kind of the same. Might lose a little bit of momentum a little bit. But then I heard what you did at the end with the unclean scream on Nothing and just screamed at the end. And that pretty much threw me back in my chair. And at first I was like, did that just get put in there? So I would quickly back 10 seconds, listen again. I'm like, this took the realization of just the numbing of the fear just completely away. It's like, holy shit, this actually happened. It's a very subtle move, but just the way that the anger puts in there, it amps up the energy and it hits 100% of the time every time you listen to it. So just that last part of the chorus with the scream on Nothing, it was such a subtle little move, but worked out so damn well.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
Well, yeah, we wanted to make sure that that emotion came off when we were in the studio.
Yeah, KP made me go in there and he hit me in the back over and over again with a paddle.
Yeah, we actually.
Say nothing.
It's like, what are you? Nothing!
Actually, a lot of us played a vocal part on this
Yeah.
album. Chris did a lot of the screams.
Oh, really?
I did 95% of the harmonies.
Yeah,
Ben
yeah.
came and did some harmonies last minute. We had fun with this one, man.
Yeah. KP was actually cool enough to let us get in on doing the.
You say y'all just sing a little bit.
Yeah, y'all get on it. Y'all get on it. Yeah, I got shit to do today. Y'all
Y'all can get on the track.
Yeah, but so he let me do most of the screaming stuff. Let Dustin get on the harmonies, which was actually way better than I thought he could ever do. Because look at him. But
Oh!
He said that.
get the beard.
He said, put
Oh,
the chainsaw
shit.
down.
Oh shit! Oh. Wow. Yeah.
And when it comes down to it, one thing I also do when I write up these reviews on these songs as well, I always put this overall kind of spin on it because I always want to just, whoever's listening, again, thank you for listening as much as you have. I hope you've enjoyed this one because this one's been fun as all hell. But when it comes to Nothing, I like to put the overall spin on it. So here's what I wrote. Again, if I look at my screen over here, I wrote all this shit down because I don't want to forget. I said, overall, when KP reached out to me with this song, I said, and I put it in quotes, Bud, why did you guys put that screen at the end of the video that just said the continue playing button? Because it almost made my browser crash from clicking on the YouTube video way too many times. I'm like, come on, keep going.
I'm still watching.
I was like, this song is damn good. And after diving deeper into it, I'm picking up on more of the subtleties that they had included in this. There are many songs I see tackle an idea like they try to here, but either they focus too much on the anger that it brings or the realization of what is happening in the world right now. What Waking Tera decided to focus on was more the second half of that, where it's kind of focused on the realization of what is happening, but they also bring a little bit more of that anger into it, especially with that final part of the chorus. And this really is telling me that this message is heart, and it's telling me this through their music in a more complete way. So this song, again, when I said, why the hell isn't this on Octane yet? I fucking meant it.
Hey, talk to him
Good
for us.
question.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
You're gonna have to have them send some requests their way and be like, hey guys,
Check this out.
can we get this on Octane, or even talk to this couple of these other couple Facebook groups I'm in, like, hey, I've seen this work before. We've done this before. We've requested these songs so many times that they've had to play them. What do we do with this one?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, please.
Do that.
I mean,
That'd
I
be
mean,
awesome.
let's call in Octane.
Yeah,
Everybody.
Honestly, I mean, it's we've seen this before from other music video. Got a good amount of views from people actually doing stuff like that, and we're getting it putting on certain radio stations, or people actually giving a shit to tell people they want to listen to it. So if you're willing to do that, and you are willing to talk to us right now, we really do appreciate that a lot. I know we're goofy ass people, but seriously, we appreciate it.
Part of our show.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We actually had one radio station already play the track. It's Boston Rock Radio out of
Shit.
Florida. They put it in their rotation.
They're called Boston Rock Radio out of Florida.
Yeah, it's online.
Okay.
So they have 10K listeners, but that was one radio station that was like, no, I like it. I'm gonna play it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I know of that radio station. Someone that helps run that Facebook group page that they have for it. He runs a bunch of these other ones that he's throwing me on. So I'm well aware of Boston Rock Radio.
Okay.
Awesome.
I'm not sure if they'll let me throw this podcast up there because I've done that before. And they're like, please don't do this if it doesn't involve the radio. I'm like, well, then maybe I'll just post next time about, can we get Waking Tera to be more on the Boston Rock Radio along with doing requests in other places as well? I mean, come on. why not?
We'll
Yes.
take it.
Yeah, I mean, anything. Hell, you show it to your neighbor. Shit, we'll appreciate that.
That's right.
Show it to anybody.
When I normally
Got
share
fire
the
for
video, I tell people, just tell 3 friends. That's it. Tell 3 friends,
And tell
whether
them to
that's
tell
your
3
neighbor
friends.
or
Do the
Or
pay
somebody you
forward
might
thing.
think would
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
at least 3 friends. You don't have to tell everybody. Tell
Yeah.
3.
As you can tell, hell, we talked about music. You can tell that we love music. Any band that, and not tooting our own horn, but we talk about getting in the pit, and we're Zach showing music that doesn't even have 2,000 views. It's like, yeah, we don't just want our shit to be out there, but anything to help. Like I already said, this anything to help the underground. We already have enough of these people up here on top. Anything to help out bands like us again, and other bands like us. But we support that all day.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And talking to bands that are really coming up right now, and really the bands that aren't those biggest bands, through something like this in the podcast, I've absolutely loved doing this. It's one of my favorite things to do ever since I started this, because I get to know more about these bands coming out. I get to find out about new music that is starting and that I might have never had the chance to had I not done something like this. And there's so much great stuff out there. I'm thinking, well, how the hell are people going to listen to this stuff? And how the hell are people going to find out about this stuff? And I'm thinking, why not just push this stuff out and promote this stuff through a podcast? And all of a sudden, bing, bang, boom, people are going to start picking up on certain other like music that I like or sounds that I find. And all of a sudden, next thing you know, I get messages all the time, people saying like, hey, where the hell did you find this? Well, how can I find more of this? I'm like, well, let me respond to that by saying hey, you can look them up. I'll see if I can send them a Spotify link too real quickly, because then, then it's like, instead of, hey, look this up. No, just click the link. You guys are good to go. Like, make it as easy as possible. Or it's just whenever I talk about music, I do like YouTube videos every single year at the end of the year. And in 2020, I ended one that was like the top 10 albums from bands that were like emerging in the scene today. So it wasn't anything where it was like, if you're like one of the heavy hitters, yeah, I'm not going to put you in that list. But if it's someone that's really starting to gain some traction, or is like just starting out, but they put out a kick-ass album, I want to recognize that. I want to get more people to listen to it, because the sound is great. They fucking deserve it. So why the hell wouldn't I talk about it?
We appreciate it.
That's right. Definitely appreciate it.
Need more people like that in the world.
Absolutely.
Out here going in the world.
Plus, I've also found that talking with bands like you guys, like a bunch of other bands I've talked to on the podcast, just fun as all hell. And I get to just like see the crazy goofy side of you guys as well. And I mean, I'm just that exact same way too. So I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, when we're not fighting each other.
Yeah, down to earth and all that. We don't want to be all like, so we're,
This is
Thank you.
This is a
Thank you.
business.
Thank you for just saying. I appreciate that so much. Some people in the band are dicks. They put on a show.
It's always.
It's all
we're
those
going to
guys.
go with this, and we're going to be fighting like crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Why'd you say that, motherfucker?
I can't believe you told him about.
Ben, you should have talked more, motherfucker.
Oh, Chris, slow down.
Chris, why are you so highbrow?
Stop talking so much.
And then when this is done, I'm gonna end up like, after you guys are all like done fighting each other, I'm gonna get a message from KP with all you guys just like pass out on the floor, just like knock the hell out. And my response is gonna be, damn, why'd you guys start a mosh pit without me?
I should have invited you, man.
Yeah.
I should live somewhere in the eastern region of North Carolina and just show up and be like, hey guys, is it time to just do some random mosh pit? Just, put on some music, just go crazy, see what happens.
Come on down here, see us, buddy.
You'll be good to go.
Hey, we'll be here when you get here. We'll have a
Come
light
on,
on for you.
Come on out here,
Awesome.
Captain Blake.
Alrighty, as we bring this podcast to a close, guys from Waking Tera, one thing I'd like to do is, as we close this out, give you guys a chance to say whatever you want, plug whatever you want right now. So now's the time, so go for it.
KP, what you got?
All right, hold on. All right. We got this.
You got that album?
That's coming out. Well,
By the
it'll be
time
out.
this is out, it's
By the time
already
it's
out. It's out.
Yes.
on all
March 9th.
platforms. It's our EP. We're
Yeah.
proud of it.
We
6
worked
songs.
very hard over the last year and some change.
It's our best quality as far
I'd
as
say so.
Yeah.
studio quality.
Production
So-
value,
Our third, but
songwriting value.
yeah, everything's really good. Actually, I mean, for what it's worth, it's Dustin's first real release.
It is my first real
It's
release
first-
with this band.
First release.
Yeah,
with
he's
us.
proud of the shit of it.
Significant part, and very proud of it. It's like my firstborn.
Yes. And also, especially like you said, all platforms. I mean, I like the
Yeah.
Spotify platform.
Get us
I
on
really hope-
Spotify, iTunes, all
Yeah.
that good stuff.
Instagram, Facebook.
Subscribe,
Subscribe.
like, all
We'll
that
also
good
be
shit.
putting out some new videos specifically for this album and some
About a month and a
some
half,
other
2 months.
content that we have, some acoustic stuff we're working on.
Don't be scared to hit us up.
Yeah.
Ask us
Yeah, we'll talk
questions.
to you.
Yeah, we
It's true.
carry
We
on
respond.
that Pantera kind of deal. We like to talk to people. Like, obviously, I mean, we're cool with anybody asking us anything. Where can you see us? Where can you meet up with us or get something from us? Or what can we do? Where can we play? All that good shit.
I mean, come on, I fucked a banana. Jesus.
He's a good guy. I mean, it's weird.
I'm cool, man.
Cool, man.
We talk about anything.
You
Hey,
can't
bro.
trust a banana fucker.
Oh,
Who
God.
can you trust?
Bro, we should
That's
start
right.
calling you R. Kelly because you don't need.
All
All
right, we're gonna bring it back in. We're gonna bring it back in. Yes, I do.
But I can bring it back. Oh, KP,
But
go ahead.
we'll have this the physical copies available on our Big Cartel.
Yep.
So if you don't want to do the online stuff and you want the actual physical copy, Waking Tera at Big Cartel, and we can mail those out to you.
Do we have all that merch that like the
We
legs?
have
and all
a
that kind of
new
shit?
merch store. It's Teespring, bunch of different designs. This is one of the hoodies, which is super comfortable. Like I'm not trying to sell it. It's super comfortable.
Hey, I tried
And
on
it
the
has
leggings.
Waking Tera on.
How'd you feel about
The
the leggings?
okay, I tried the leggings on. Chris tried the leggings on. They're really comfortable.
Yeah.
Like I get why women are like, no, I'm just gonna wear leggings. Yeah, because they're so. It felt like I didn't have anything
It's
on.
like I
Yeah,
get
I'm
it.
like I could rock this.
And the
if it
design was
wasn't
pretty
weird,
cool too.
you know.
I shouldn't say if I can say.
Yeah, but
If I do can't
we have
say.
a bunch
If I do
of
can't
things up there on Teespring. We started a new TikTok. I don't really know how to do TikTok. I'm too old for it, but we're trying.
KP, give me your.
Oh yeah, I'm doing this old man. How you do the TikTok thing?
TikTok.
Yeah.
Funny story. Mine and Chris's phone background is this. That's KP.
Old man.
Oh
This is for old Monty. That's right. That's for old Monty.
Get out.
He's a bus driver. Don't be huckabucking on my bus.
That's funny
I already know it's my turn to close this out. I got to close this out with three things. And the first thing is something I already said in the podcast before, but I'm going to say it again. When it comes time to finding Waking Tera online, from anything from their social medias to where you can find them on YouTube, watch reviews, where you can stream the music on them, you can stream the new EP. And of course, you can find them and all their merch as well. And find them on TikTok as well. I will have the links for everything in the description below for you guys, so you guys can check them out. Buy some merch. Will I do something like that? I mean, that hoodie looks damn comfy. I bought a hoodie on the podcast before. I might as well do it again. Why the hell not? Sounds like a good idea. So everything will be in the description of the podcast for you listeners to check out Waking Tera and get into them now. Now, the second thing is guys, this is easily one of the funniest podcasts I have ever been a part of in my entire life. And whenever I enjoy having a band on the podcast, which is basically every single time, this one is definitely not an exception to that rule. This one was fun as all hell. I always like to make a certain promise, and this is not a when, this is an if, because it's a promise. When I get to see you guys perform live for the first time, again, when I'm seeing you guys drinking Bud Light, Dos Equis, whatever it is. So how about this? It's a classic thing I like to do. First round's on me.
Yeah.
Dude, can you buy me a burger? I don't drink.
Buy him a burger. He doesn't.
I don't
That
do
is A-okay, Chris. I will buy you a burger.
He knows about straight edge. I don't do anything. So yeah, we'll go get a milkshake together or some shit.
I take you to cookout.
A McRib, maybe?
A McRib. Come on,
McRib.
Christmas time.
Chris? Oh, Lord.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
Lord.
Hey, again, whenever I can see you guys live, okay, first round's on me, and then Chris, whatever the hell else you want.
Sprite.
I'll take a monster.
Yeah, I fucking would.
But we'll leave it at that. And then as I close this out, I do not like to end these podcasts with goodbye, because that just seems like, we're calling it quits after that. I don't want to call it quits after that. I made you guys the promise. Getting you guys the first round. I'm going to see you guys play live. Going to buy Chris his McRib because, well, what else is there to buy but the McRib? Got to make sure he stays well fed. So on that note, I will not end this podcast with goodbye. Also, I'd like to have you guys on again at some point in the near future. So with that, I'll say, see you later.
Later.
Well, folks, that is my interview with the band Waking Tera. Their new EP Transition is out as of the time this podcast releases, so go check it out. Again, streaming on all platforms. I've got the links in the description below for all you guys, whether you're watching on YouTube, whether you're listening on Spotify, Podcast, Google Play, or iHeart Radio. Again, wasn't this one of the funniest episodes ever? And yes, I do mean it. First round's on me with this band because this was so much fun. So on that note, that's me for you guys. Thank you for watching, listening to the Chord Progression Podcast, playing with City Rocks or Rock and Metal Thrive. Please subscribe to everything with Waking Tera. Please listen to all their stuff, and please subscribe to everything with MSO Rocks as well. Link description below. My name is Kevin, and you guys know how I end every single episode with a big, healthy, and hearty. See ya.